Once the installation of genset steps have been completed, commissioning checklist for Tata Powerlux generator is required. Before engine start, check for the following points which are very important. Check for the water level, that is the coolant level in the generator. As you can see, open the radiator pressure cap, put a finger and understand the water level, that is the coolant level. It is okay here. Then check for the recovery bottle. Coolant in the recovery bottle should not be less than minimum level and should not exceed maximum. Minimum level is here. If it reduces the minimum level, fill more coolant. If it exceeds maximum, then it will drain. Please make sure at all times coolant remains between minimum and maximum or near to maximum. Next, we have to check the oil level in the generator. To check the oil level, we have to take out the dipstick from the oil sump. As you can see, there is minimum and maximum indication on the stick. This is the maximum level, this is the minimum level. We put back again the dipstick inside. Check if refill is required if there is no oil before starting the generator. Now we come to the battery connections. It is very important to check the battery connections. Red cable denotes the positive end, which is connected to the starter motor. Black cable denotes the earthing, that is the neutral, which goes to the body of the generator. Red cable, that is the positive terminal, is attached to the self starter, and black cable, which is the neutral cable, is attached to the body of the genset. Here you can see the same. This is the starter, and starter is connected with the red cable, and the black cable of the terminal is connected to the body for neutral. Now check for any leakage in the canopy. You can check for the hoses. Check that all of them are tightly bolted and that they are properly fitted. The connections are proper. Please make sure to check all the hoses, the sensors and the electrical connections are properly connected and that they are not at all loose. This is the air filter. Air filter hose is then connected to the turbocharger. Air filter is then connected to turbocharger. Please check that they are properly bolted and tight at all time. Check for the thermostat, which is placed just behind the head of the engine. Check that thermostat is fitted well and it is not loose. Here you can see that it is perfectly tight. Check for the hose and the clamps. Clamps should not be loose at any time. Now coming to the starter connection, it is important to see that the starter connection is properly tight and it is tight. These all electric connections related to the oil sensor and the charging alternator, they are tight and they are okay. Check for AVMM pads. AVM pads are properly tight and the fitting is not loose at the base of the alternator. All electrical connections with the harness that come from alternator are attached in the panel here. Check that all the fittings are proper and they are properly connected to each other. Check for the breather pipe that comes from outside the engine. This is the breather pipe. As you can see, it should be properly connected and fitted. Check the clamping of the pipe. Check that the solenoid coil and the connection is proper. Solenoid coil should be properly fitted and the connection should be proper. This is the oil sensor. Oil sensor should be properly fitted. Again, the breather pipe and the oil sensor. This sensor is very important as the safeties are attached to it. This is the starter solenoid. Coming to the panel, check that deep sea connections are all properly done and typed. All connections in the panel, the relay card, the MCBs, all the RYB cables that are coming in the generator from the alternator are tight and properly fitted and they are not loose at any time. This is the neutral cable which is coming and this goes to connection of the earthing. Close the panel properly. and ensure that it is properly locked. Now before starting the generator, check the battery connections, the positive and the negative connection. Check for fuel level manually. Please make sure that the genset has fuel all the time and it does not run on low fuel. You can check the fuel level from the manual dipstick. As you can see, this is the manual dipstick. In case the panel is not working, you can check the level of diesel from the manual dipstick like this. This shows 20 liters, 40 liters, 60 liters, 80 liters and 100 liters. This is always available, and please make sure that you don't run the genset on low fuel, otherwise the generator will stop. Check for the coolant level as shown before in the radiator and in the recovery bottle. Once all of these things have been completed, you can now switch on the panel. This is the panel switch on, and we have the light of the generator also. The light of the generator gets on from this switch. We have turned on the panel now. Wait for the panel. There is a timer as you can see in the controller. Wait for the controller to reset. It takes approximately 10 seconds for the controller to reset. Once this loading sign is off and you see a 0, now the genset is ready to start. You can start the genset by pushing the green button. Once you push the green button, the generator will start. As you can see, there is a 0 signal in the controller. The generator is now ready to start. For shutting off the generator, you just have to press the red button. As you can see, the generator is now in start. For stopping the genset, you can push the red button and the generator will stop in